Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Morses with your Wednesday morning forecast update. Once again, we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather later today. We'll likely see these storms begin to develop this afternoon, but this will be a slow-moving complex of storms, so it will keep the threat of severe weather going into late tonight and likely a flood threat for us as well, given the slow movement of this system. So it's a pretty straightforward threat today. Let me get you updated on it. We have a level 3 enhanced risk outlook for severe weather. That's the most likely area where we'll see those severe storms develop this afternoon, this evening. In this area in orange, that enhanced risk zone, will likely see these storms most widespread between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. So you will definitely see some storms here before sunset. And these storms initially will bring some large hail, so we could see some quarter to golf ball sized hail initially, and even a few tornadoes. And wording today from the Storm Prediction Center again is for the potential to see maybe a strong tornado somewhere in this enhanced risk zone between Dallas and Texarkana here. So EF2 or larger, which again, strong tornadoes today means if you do live in a mobile home, make sure you have somewhere else to kind of shelter from those storms this afternoon through this evening. And then as the storms push southeast tonight, likely after sunset, through the rest of Arkansas and down to Shreveport, as well as the rest of East Texas here, we'll likely see more of a wind threat play out. So we may lose some of the ingredients for tornadoes and large hail, but that wind threat and heavy rain threat will persist overnight. And the storms may not make it to Natchitoches until well after midnight tonight, so they will be weakening, but we still can't rule out maybe some wind damage down here towards Sabine and Natchitoches parishes, and also that heavy rain threat as well. So we're just kind of waiting on the ingredients to build in at this point. It is going to be quiet through the morning, so if you have any errands to run, outdoor things to take care of, morning will be just fine for that. We'll see mostly cloudy conditions initially, and the familiar range of temperatures here that we've seen all week, 68 to 72 degrees for most of us at sunrise. And temperatures today will be a little bit lower. We're not going to see as much sun out there, and the temperatures will likely top out in the low to mid 80s in most areas this afternoon, but that's ample amounts of warm air to get these severe thunderstorms going later this afternoon. So look here at your Robbins Toyota Futurecast. It is going to show those storms kind of pushing in maybe as soon as 1 or 2 p.m. this afternoon. I think it'll be a little later than that we really begin to see those storms get going here, but you can see really in that 3 to 5 p.m. window that things really start to go downhill north of Interstate 30. So Texarkana will leave to work this morning. It's dry, but by the afternoon and evening we'll likely see quite a few storms out there, so make sure that you have the umbrella tucked away and carry it with you throughout the day, as we'll likely see those downpours in Texarkana before the day is over. And notice the line does slow down here, so this is approaching sunset. We could see those storms down to Shreveport around sunset, but the forecast modeling this morning has been kind of pushing the storms after sunset, so Shreveport will likely see some of this heavy rain overnight. And again, the complex of storms here will most likely be bringing some wind damage during the overnight hours. Tornado threat will be higher during the daytime hours today, but we should see that threat wane a bit as we go through the overnight. And the heaviest rain will likely wrap up before sunrise tomorrow morning, but this front will likely stall out fairly close to the region tomorrow. There is some uncertainty as to the placement of the storms here on Thursday, but if the front stalls out further to the north here, this area of low pressure will likely trigger some additional storm development tomorrow. So we're right back in the slight risk outlook. The tornado threat is going to be lower tomorrow, but we still have that threat for wind, maybe some hail with any of the storms that are able to get going Thursday afternoon as well as Thursday evening. So not only weather aware today, make sure you're checking back for updates and you're weather aware on Thursday as well, but it looks like the most significant push of storms likely coming through today. And this will account for maybe a little bit of rain tomorrow, but the majority of the rain that you see on the map here will be with what falls with the storms this afternoon through tonight. So there's a lot of areas that will pick up about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall here, maybe some heavy rain as far south as the I-20 corridor. So no surprise, we do have a flood watch that's in effect through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Could see some roadway flooding, some the rivers and streams will likely spill over the banks and wind up in minor flood stage up here as well. Later today, we could see the watch maybe extended further to the south, but as of right now, Shreveport, Bossier not included in the flood watch. Again, that goes through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We do have some scattered storms again in the forecast Thursday. I think we'll probably see some low-end potential, maybe a marginal or slight risk for severe weather on Friday, as well as that front will fire up some more storms Friday into Friday night. Rain will taper off Saturday morning, so may have some rain around south of I-20 early in the day Saturday, but looking much better this weekend. We'll lose some of the humidity, which will allow these low temperatures to cool back into the 50s and 60s. But I think the weekend is looking pretty nice for those outdoor plans. We'll stay dry Monday, but we may see some more rain return by the middle of next week.